Out of all of the grinds that we currently have ongoing in Call of the Wild, Kudu are unique in that they are the only one where the ultimate goal is a diamond. The rest of the grinds that we're doing, gators, grizzly bear, pheasants, they're all looking for rares, and in theory I think looking for a diamond should be the easiest thing out of all those. So we're out here on Vurhonga today in single player. We've tried multiplayer, it's nearly impossible to get a server that is Kudu during time for any significant amount of time. So we're just gonna get on the grind in single player and see if we can get it done. Now there are, in my opinion, two main ways to really grind for any species. One is basically to try to get to every location where they drink and, if possible, shoot every male on the map. The other is essentially to pick maybe the best spots and only focus in on those, and that's what I've begun doing with the Kudu. Essentially, I go from this tent all the way up around to this little inlet up here, and the nice thing about it is it takes right about 45 minutes, which is the real-time duration of Kudu drink zones, and especially you can give it a little bit of buffer there because it takes animals a bit of time to get into the zones. So it works out, and it's just enough time to run this entire area. And in my experience hunting Kudu on Vurhonga, since they changed everything, this is definitely the best chunk of areas where Kudu drinks. So hopefully we'll see a good number of males today. I think I did 3 or 4 runs today earlier trying to get respawns, and hopefully I have something out here waiting on us, so we'll see what's kind of come from all that. As for our first Kudu, not exactly special, a level 2 at 118, and honestly, actually hard shot at 350, that's not bad, but there's a fair chance ones of this size I probably wouldn't include in the video, but especially because it's down in this area. I think it was the only male between these two tents, and this is a part of the run that I do, so I wanted to include that just to show they're down there, and I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it was getting there too early, maybe it's just the way respawns worked out, but usually there's a couple of herds up through there, but from here on, it's usually super consistent. But our second level 2 with as many harvests thus far, 110 even smaller than the last one, hard shot again though. Not half bad, hopefully we can keep that aspect up. Starting to improve a little bit though. I think a level 3 with a good shot at making gold. Another one back in there behind that's not even going to hear that, but pretty sure we can get that. It almost had to have been a drop shot because the spotting info went away so fast that I can't imagine another scenario that would have caused that. I'm guessing, and in fact I can see, he's just laying right down over there where he was. But hopefully you can start to see, it does get much more consistent up on this northern end, so this is something like with a level 3 like this, I'll probably just take the shot even though it's facing away from us. We'll get the one that is facing the correct direction first, and just kind of hope that that's going to get into intestines and take him down at least semi-quickly. And then we have our level 3 that I thought was going to be a gold, one shy. I think his bottom end of the estimate was 130 or something, and gold's 132, but no such luck there. This one appears to be about the same size. I don't even remember what its score estimate was. I'm gonna guess silver for him as well. Yeah, he's quite a bit below. And then one easy one to track, another 123 score, and one that I imagine is gonna run for a little bit, hopefully not too far. I would call that worth it, not too bad of a track. 125 as well, all kind of around the same size over here. So finally, we have one good one, and technically there is a chance that that could be a diamond. Diamond is 151. Actually, one of the better estimates I've seen, going up to 155, and I do think he is all alone, but at the very least this time we know we have a gold. I mean, he looks pretty decent, but I think he's still in the 140s. In fact, right at the bottom end at 144.2, but again with the hard shots. That's so interesting that it just continues to happen. Working our way up through here, we have another level 3. I would say probably not a gold, but a chance still with that estimate. And once again from the 308 in Instadrop, and I believe it was right up here in this area on my first run today that I talked about doing prior to this video, where I really did think the grind was essentially over. I spotted this level 5 and I'm sure you can probably guess where this is going, given the fact that I said I thought the grind was going to be over. He did indeed troll us by, I think it was 0.2, and that was quite a bummer. I really, we got our first Diamond Truex Kudu pretty early on, our second hunt for them, and I've been after them a fair bit since then, and if I'm not mistaken, they came out about 6 months ago, and we still do not have that second Diamond Truex, but it sort of worked out for the best, because I would have most likely not come back to continue hunting Kudu if that was indeed a diamond. On the very next run, this showed up, and while obviously very cool, his score estimate did not leave any room for it to maybe be an albino gold, which, frankly, I probably would have stopped the grind for had he made gold. But we did discover something pretty interesting, seeing the fact that his max score estimate was 129. He did score 129, so much like gators and a lot of antler species, rare Kudu score at the top end of their score estimate, which is good to know for any future encounters. And just to kind of explain, because I knew he wasn't going to be a gold, that's why I didn't shoot him first. It almost cost us, ended up being a spinal cord and lung shot, but got the silver out of him anyway. And that's our first real significant Kudu of the grind. Now, our first diamond was in single player, but it was hardly a grind. Like I said, it was just our second hunt, so I don't consider that a part of it, but it was nice to actually get something from it. And, ideally, as far as rares go, I would like to have maybe a, 140-ish gold. I just think it would look nice next to our diamond, but at this point, especially given the fact that we have spent so much time hunting them, I would take any rare gold. As for now, though, still continuing on with what is going to be another silver, 127.9, I think, had both sides matched this one he would have made gold, but as is an uneven one that is about 5 below. And this guy, more or less, takes us to the end of our run. It really does not take that long to do, but we get a bunch of Kudus in the process, and I'm kind of thinking, because this was a particularly quick run, I want to say because there was really nothing between these two tents to slow us down. It's not quite 2100, and the early Kudu drink zones would end at 2100 and they would start to walk away. Some do go till 2130, and I want to go and check the spot where we did kill our first Diamond Truex Kudu because we have the time. It was right up in here, and in multiplayer I've seen some decent sized ones as well. I don't know if we've been back in single player since, but I think it's worth the time to go and check it since we're kind of done here a little earlier than expected. But at least for the coast part, stopping with a decent sized level 3, 126.9 for him with a right lung shot. Barely a right lung shot, but as long as it gets the lung, it works. And we'll hop up here and see if there's anything waiting on us at this lake. I mean, it's possible because it's dark we're just missing something, but I certainly do not see any, which is interesting. I would have thought that we'd still have some here. Nice to know there's warthogs resting out in the distance, but even if we couldn't see them, I think we would have gotten a warning call by now, so maybe there are none drinking here, which I guess is good to know. Next time we won't have to spend the time to come over here and check, but I think on that note, as it is now 21:08 in game, we're going to go back to the second lodge and place our albino kudu. And the nice thing for them is they can go on these kind of smaller plaques, so plenty of room to choose from as to where to place him. But I think that is pretty cool, and he is absolutely uneven as well. If the right side matched the left, I don't know, he was 3 shy of gold. Is that enough? It could have been. Not that it's that surprising. A lot of rare Truex animals are, for whatever reason, uneven. It would have been really cool if he made gold, and we could have completed the grind at that. Albino Kudu do just look amazing, and we've never really had that many. Most of our rare males have been melanistic, so nice to see one of those. Maybe that could be something we encounter on that grind. And by the way, I know this didn't make it into a video. It must have been Monday's live stream. We had a dark brown lion from single player as well, so Rahunga is handing out the rares. Just need a couple of slightly bigger ones for that main lodge, but that's really cool. I'm super pleased to get an albino on that grind. The level 5, like I said, we don't get the albino if he makes diamond. There's no way I would have gone back again. And there's resets coming very soon for all the maps, so that would have been gone forever. Just hopefully, before the new update, we can get a diamond Kudu at the very least. As I said at the beginning, I think it's the most doable. Just gotta put in a little bit more time. But anyway, that is gonna do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.